Everyone says you should buy a home in Switzerland, and it feels like the ultimate goal. No more rent, more stability, and having brunch on your own balcony. But is buying actually the smart move? Let's break it down today. Hey, it's Charlene, and this is the channel where I share my 10 plus years finance and banking experience with you all for free. Like and subscribe for more content like this. So first, let's talk about why buying sounds so good. So owning a home feels like making it, right? I see it all the time. For many people, owning a place is the ultimate life goal, or at least a big one. So your name on the mailbox, no landlord, no renting increase letters. It feels safe, stable, like you're building your own wealth, not someone else. And let's be honest, Swiss real estate has a reputation. If you look at the headlines, property prices just keep going up year after year. And add to that, Switzerland has ultra low interest rates for years. So for example, I've got friends who bought homes in the United States, in Hong Kong. They're paying, I would say 4, 5, even 6% or even higher in mortgage rates. But here in Switzerland, it's like, oh, we're talking about 1.5%, sometimes even 1%. And if you lock in earlier, even lower than 1%. So when people say rent is dead money, so you kind of like get it. But is it really? So now let's talk about the real cost of buying a property in Switzerland. Let's break it down. So if you're eyeing, let's say, 3.5-room apartment in Zurich, not in the center, maybe let's say in Ehrlikon, in Ausstetten, or somewhere just outside the bus. So price, that's average, I would say average 20,000 per square meter, right? At 75 square meters, and then that's how much? That's 1.5 million. So you want to buy it? Cool, but first bring 20% or 25% down minimum. So that's around 300,000 to 375,000 Swiss francs, cash, gone. But you're just getting started. And here is what you will be paying. So interest, let's say 1.5%, that is about 18,000 per year or 1,500 per month. And maintenance, let's say 100% per year, then that's 15,000 per year or 1,250 per month. And you have taxes, insurance, and some fees, admin fee, this and that. That will be around another 300 to 500 per month. And you have notary, you have land registry. It's one-time fee, but it will be around 15,000 to 30,000. And here comes the fun part. So in Switzerland, we have something called Eigenmietwert. So it's called imputed rental value, I think in English. And what it means, so I know there's a lot of news lately around this topic. People want to cancel it. What is it? So basically, the government says, if living in a home you own, that's a financial benefit, right, for you. So you don't need to pay rent. So we will tax it. So as if you were renting it from yourself. So your own tenant, let's say. So yes, I mean, it gets added to your taxable income, even though no one's paying you anything. You know what I mean? So there have been political discussions about canceling it, like I just mentioned. So it's been debated, to be very honest, for years as well. But as of now, you still pay it, and it's legally part of your taxable income that you can not just run away from. So basically, you can add probably another 300 to 500 per month, depending on your income and canton. So we just mentioned all the fees, right, and the costs. So if you really added them all together, so your monthly cost could easily hit, I would say, 3,500 to 4,000. So interest, maintenance, tax, insurance, amortization, fees here and there. So buying a home sounds really romantic, I know, but the numbers, not so much. So it's not passive, it's not cheap, and it's not simple. And now let's talk about, but isn't renting wasting money? So let's talk about it. So that's what people always say, right? Why throw money into rent when you could own your property? So maybe let's slow down a little bit. So let's say renting, it isn't always a bad idea, especially here in Switzerland. So let's take that same 3.5 room apartment in Zurich, for example. So instead of buying it for 1.5 million, you rent it, right? So market rent, I guess, is about 3,000 per month. So that's around 500 to 1,000 per month cheaper than owning it, right? After calculation, and no hidden costs, no maintenance surprises, no admin fee, and no tax on your own living space. So plus, and this is huge, you still have 300K in cash. So the money you could have used for the down payment. So now let's say you invest that 300,000 just in low-cost ETFs or index funds, and you earn an average, let's say 8% per year. And here's what happens. So after 10 years, your 300,000 becomes 647,000. And after 20 years, that 300,000 becomes 1.4 million. Just use the compound interest calculator, you can get the same number. And after 30 years, the 300,000 that you save from the down payment becomes 3 million. So that's the power of investing plus time, and that's liquidity. And you can access it, you can move it, and you can grow it. So a house, on the other hand, is not liquid at all, which means, for example, if something happened, you can't sell one bedroom to free up cash, right? And if the market dips, you're stuck, and all your wealth is concentrated in a house. So what is the opportunity cost of buying? It's what you give up when your money is locked in bricks and walls, and it's the growth, the flexibility, and the options gone. And if you rent an apartment, renting might not build equity, but it can build wealth if you invest the difference. And if you're smart, that can lead to much more freedom, so much faster. So, and don't feel scared of investing. It's not just for the rich. It's not just for bankers. You don't need millions or a finance degree. And these days, investing is more and more accessible than ever before. You can start small. You can start with 100 francs even. You can learn as you go. And most importantly, you can start today. And I can help you. So now let's talk about who should buy. So let's be clear, buying a home isn't always wrong, but it is not for everyone. So who should actually buy in Switzerland? So ask yourself, are you planning to stay here for at least 10 years? Is this your forever city? Do you have a C permit or a Swiss passport? Is your income stable even if interest rates rise? And after paying 20 to 25% down, will you still have a healthy safety net and an investment portfolio? Because here is really the reality. If that down payment is most of your wealth, you're putting all your eggs and future into one very expensive basket. Property isn't liquid, like I mentioned. You can't sell one bathroom to pay for an emergency, and you cannot cash out a little bit of it when markets crash. And it gets more complicated, basically. So if you only have a big permit, for example, you're not even allowed to rent it out your own property if you leave Switzerland. So flexibility, gone. So plus, if interest rates rise, which they will, right? Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. So your costs go up if interest rates rise, but your options go down. So here, to be really honest, is my honest take. For most people, especially professionals in Switzerland or expats, renting and investing is the smart move. Seriously. It keeps you flexible, it keeps you liquid, and it gives you money the chance to grow. So if you're not sure where to begin with investing, don't worry, I've got you. You can join my free 90 minutes masterclass where I will walk you through the 5 simple but powerful steps to build your first investment portfolio in Switzerland. No jargon, no fluff, just a clear path to get there. You can DM me on LinkedIn or Instagram and I will send you the invite right away. And hey, if you still want to buy a home in Switzerland, that's okay too. It's your decision after evaluating all the pros and cons, right? So I've made actually a full video showing how to buy property as a foreigner in Switzerland step by step. So make sure to check that out after this one. I will see you in the next video.